Right, good morning all. Out here in my jammies again, as usual. Um, yeah, it's just another quick video. I just wanted to just sort of give you an idea of what's involved, or in when you're doing restorations, as to why things can, how much effort you have to put in, how much time you have to put in, and why everything is such a slow process. And I mean, if you got bulk amounts of money, you just send all this stuff off and get someone else to do it. But I don't do things like that. Even if I had the money, I'd probably still do it myself anyway, because I don't know, it's just the way I do things. And yeah, we've been searching around for parts. Some of it was hanging up on the wall up there, been up there for 3-4 years. Parts are in the van. Some of it's done, like the fuel tank's all ready to go, just needs a wash now. Just shows like that's how long it's been sitting around after I painted it. Same as the straps that hold the fuel tank. They're all cleaned up, ready to go, so I can actually put the fuel tank straight in, but yeah, just got to wash them. We got our brake parts. I got 2 master cylinders, one new, one old. There's nothing wrong with the old one, so I'm undecided whether I'll fit the new one or clean up the old one and put it back in and keep the new one as a spare. Yeah, we got this other, this is a like a proportioning valve type thing. Yeah, it just gives you less pressure to your rears than at your front. It's also a warning switch. But yeah, this has always looked ugly and untidy where it was. And by the look at this bracket, that's not original. That's something somebody's made up, I think. Doesn't look right, but anyway, I'm going to tidy that up, refit that in a better way so it looks a bit tidier. But of course, yeah, see, all that's got to be washed out, cleaned out as well. This I've had wrapped up for years. There's a new chrome handbrake. It's just something I picked up cheap. But yeah, so that has to go on. Got some of my new fuel lines here. Don't know if I've got all of them. I hope I've got all of them. So I did to replace all the fuel lines, but yeah. I'm not totally certain that I've got them all at the moment. So I got a fuel line. I've got 3 pieces of fuel line. I'm not even certain which one belongs to the car, which ones are off something else. This sort of looks too long. I don't think that does belong to the car, because it's only got to go from like here to the... yeah, I suppose it might be that long. Don't know. Anyway, something else we've got to sort out. Both my sway bars, torsion bars, you can see they're all covered in rust and shit. They're going to be cleaned up. Gotta hope I've still got the brackets for these somewhere. So I've got to go through boxes of parts, and yeah, brake drums are going to be cleaned up. Shoes, I'm still sort of hopeful. I'm going to buy a couple of bottles of metho, I think, and just give these a really good soak before I put them on. The issue I have with these is that the brake wheel cylinders both leaked, and I replaced them, but because of the amount of fluid that had soaked into the pads, they for one weren't initially grabbing very well, and then they'd lock up. And yeah, that's caused by the, well, from what I'm told, but yeah, stands to reason, that's from all the fluid that's soaked into the pads. I had washed them once, but I think I'll do it again. But yeah, if it doesn't relieve the problem, well, yeah, then I'm going to have to go and buy new pads or new shoes. But yeah, it's another thing, it's all got to be scrubbed up. Yeah, even though they're not seen, you know. I'll put a bit of paint on them, or I'll put a bit of primer on them. I probably won't put any top coat, but I will primer them. And the drums got to go on the sandblaster. I'll get paint on them as well. And yeah, you need a high heat paint on drums. Same with the calipers. Yeah, they've all got to be pulled apart, cleaned out, painted. Tail shaft got to be scrubbed out, up, painted. You know, that's the cover for the gearbox, you know, the clutch cover. And yeah, there's something to consider too. You know, when you're pulling uni joints apart, you don't want these falling off. So yeah, you see I wired them all on. And, yeah, because that was, as I said, that was done years ago. Yeah, did this. Yeah. I pulled this apart, it was like 4 years ago. And yeah, it's trying to remember how everything goes and what belongs to it and what doesn't, because being a van, it's been used as a storeroom. It's had all sorts of stuff stuck in there, you know. I've been pulling stuff out here that doesn't belong there. Some of it don't even know what it came off, you know, why it's in here. I know what that is. That's my brand new power steering rack. It's got to go on the fairline. But yeah, you know, like I said, it's this lines. These obviously don't belong to this car. I think they're probably boat stuff or something. But you know, there's other stuff. There's a whole lot of stuff up in the front too. It doesn't belong to the car. Yes, that's what I'm currently doing today. I'm sorting through all the crap that was in the back here, and yeah, working out what I got to do and what I don't do. Yeah, just boxing things up that don't belong to it. They're Volkswagen, well, they're parts for the trailer, the Volkswagen trailer. And yeah, I'll just show you this too. This is something I started doing. This would be 2 years ago. I started doing these. I'll show you the front so you got an idea of what I'm aiming for. These are the front ones. These were made up, oh, geez, well over 10 years ago. I made these up. I got a double grill because that's got to be worked on too. See, it's but when you bolt them together, they bend up. So I've got to make sort of a spreader between them, yeah, so that they hold straight. And then I got to make up panel to fit the underside. Like, you know, down in here, I don't want this big gap going all the way along. I'm going to bring that out to fit the panel. And yeah, of course, then I got to get, which I'll probably get someone else to do, I get a stainless steel strip to run across the center, cover the join. But yeah, getting back to the bumperettes. See, each one of these is made from a full bumper. Yeah, because you got the end pieces. Well, I don't think that's been cut. Yeah, I think that's a complete one. But then you've got to cut this end piece off and to put on here, so that you like I've seen other people that have done this and just chopped it, and it doesn't look right. Yeah, so you use the other end piece. Blanket off. These have rubber overriders that go around them, and yeah, I've got to take these off soon. I've got to send them in to get finished off, you know. I get to somebody clean all my welds up, you know, probably brass fill some of the things that aren't quite right, and then polish them all up for ready for chrome, which will probably cost me just as much as it will to chrome them, just to get them, you know, ready for chrome. And yeah, so that's where I'm going with these rear ones as well. See, I was going to put a full bumper on it, but and I bought a whole HQ wagon, and then I couldn't bring myself to take the rear bumper off it because I knew it'd kill it. Yeah, the wagon, like, I got it going, it wasn't that bad a car, you know, and but yeah, wagon bumpers, HQ wagon bumpers, you just can't get them. They're just one of those really rare things, and yeah, so I said I couldn't bring myself to steal the bumper off it because it just would have killed the wagon. And then, you know, I thought about it, and I thought, well, you know, being HQ, they're a lot more rounded. They're not going to match the front anyway. So, yeah, I've got one HZ rear bumper, and it, you know, once again has these rubber overrider pieces. And I've started making up bumperettes for the rear. They're a bit longer than the front ones. I'm going to take them right up to here. You can see a line that I've marked in here. Intention is to cut that off, probably fill that in. However, in doing that, I won't have access to this bolt, unless I can get underneath and round the side. It'd be difficult though. I haven't actually looked to see if I can maybe put the bolt in from the back. I don't think I can. Well, not without a lot of difficulty, but yeah, I might look at doing that too, see if there's some way to bolt it from the back. Like these two bolt from in behind. That's the original bumperette mount, or one of them. There's another one goes around the side, which probably don't know that I'll be using that mount or not. I think probably once I get these two bolted up, it won't really need that. I'll probably just plug them, put some rubber plugs in them. But yeah, once again, you need, you know, a whole bumper for each piece, because you've got to use the two end pieces. See, this is just an example. They're just sort of roughly tacked on, but yeah. So you've got to use the two end pieces, and so they'll go on, yeah, something like that. And yeah, as I said, the aim is to match the front. Given this was 2 years ago that I did this, I've got no idea why I cut the centre out of it. Obviously there was a reason, but can't think of why I would have done that. But yeah, I mean, as I said, it doesn't really matter at this point, because I've got to get another complete bumper anyway to finish it off. So, you know, I can actually use the other bumper and throw these bits away that I've cut out. Possibly I just cut them out so that I could, yeah, make up the bracket in place, because that's a bit crooked. So, yeah, I think that is why I cut them out. When I get the other ones made up too, I won't be having the bolts going through like the standard dome bolts. They'll be yeah, fully welded onto the bracket. And that's what I was saying, that's what I was concerned about, having access to this bolt. This one under here is no issue, then that's no issue, but this one here, because I'll be wanting to fill that in. Yeah, so I've got to work out some way of being able to do that bolt up, change it in some way. But anyway, yeah, I won't be doing that right now. I'll just line in the back. And, the bracket was already was sort of bolted on there loosely. So yeah, as I said, I was just looking at it, trying to figure out what I'd done and why I'd done it, and yeah, where I'm at and where I have to go with it. Yeah, I'll be wiring here my instruments. Look at the amount of dust that's sitting in it. It just shows how long this has been sitting around for. Because these are in a cupboard. These were over here, over in that wardrobe, that white wardrobe. And they've still collected that much dust. Yeah, amazing. So, yeah. Anyway, I suppose that'll do for the moment. Then, yeah, everything's a big job. Every part of doing a restoration is a big time-consuming job. And yeah, and yeah, a big cost involved as well. But as I said, you can minimise the cost on how much you want to do yourself, and yeah, some of that also comes down to what sort of equipment you got, how much you can do yourself. Like some things you can't do yourself because you require specialised equipment, and along with that, specialised equipment is also the skills to use that equipment, know what you're doing, and do a good job. So yeah, you can't do everything yourself. So anyway, I'll shut this down now, go and get dressed and get on with it. Okay, thanks for watching. Bye.